music on 2EC. It's our flock of 80s thanks to Club Narooma and Club Dalmini. That's Go West. We close our eyes. 16 past 9, Monday morning. It's Kimmi here. Now, a very, very special guest in the studio this morning. Very excited to welcome the CEO of the Snowy Hydro Southcare Aeromedical Chopper, Chris Kimball. Morning, Chris.
Good morning, Kimmi. How are you?
Fantastic. Great to have you here. Noah's here, Violet's here as well, your kids. So...
How good school holidays?
Woohoo! We're loving the school holidays, Violet. Yes. She's jumping up and down, very excited. So thanks for so much for coming. It's this time of the year that is really, really special for us. We had our radiothon last year. You came down, Noah came down as well, and we had a ball together, and raising the amount of money we did with everybody's help on the coast was absolutely amazing. I had no idea it was actually going to end up the total that it has, so it's pretty mind-blowing.
Oh, I mean, the event itself was mind-blowing. I mean, right from the amount of small businesses and community organisations that donated items for the auctions, and then over the course of that 2 days, the amount of people that called in and got involved, and the community spirit that it engendered, it was just, it is truly a unique event, and I think that's representative of this part of Australia, the coast, the way that community bands together to support their own. It was really good, and you know, and as you know, the chopper's down here an awful lot. We're at 180 jobs. We've just wrapped up our numbers for the financial year, 180 trips to the South Coast last year. So, and that's that range of things from responses to a trauma or a motor vehicle accident to secondary transfers of patients like from Bega or Batemans Bay Hospital, Maruya, back up to Canberra. Yeah, we're an important service for this community.
Well, I think that's why people realise that. So that's why so much money was raised last year, because they know the value of having a chopper. I mean, a friend of mine recently got airlifted. She got critically ill, and just like that, the chopper's here. She's in Canberra. She's fine. It's awesome. You know, it's that life and death sort of distance, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're hitting school holiday times, as we just mentioned, so the traffic on the roads, and it's an awful reality of some of the roads in the regions where we live, that there are incidents and accidents, and often it does take a long time to get an ambulance to you, and it's hard to get back to a major health centre. So to be able to have the chopper to come down, we've got a doctor and a paramedic on board, we bring the hospital to the patient. It's really important, and you know, you do see it over the flying over, and every time we come and do something down here, you have people come and say, oh, you picked up my dad, or you transported one of my family members. So yeah, this is an important part of our community to be down here on the coast.
Yeah, it's an absolute lifesaver in the air, that is for sure. Now, you were actually here yesterday. They had a pre-loved fashion parade on yesterday, which would have been fun. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, well, there is a wonderful chapter of Snowy Hydro Southcare volunteers down here on the coast, and look, if anyone's interested in being involved and volunteering, they are a great bunch of people. They run lots of barbecues and things like that, and lots of fundraisers. But yesterday, yes, was at Catalina was a pre-loved fashion show. A lot of the things were donated by one of the volunteers who sadly passed away last year, Carol Withers-Hill, and thank you to Carol's family for all the items. But yeah, the big room of people, they were auctioning all these items, and the lovely Dawn, who was emceeing, was an absolute riot and had everyone in stitches. And yeah, just another way of how the region gets behind our service and the different sort of things that they run. It was a lot of fun.
Now back to our radiothon. Nick Harding, who is also part of the charity chapter of looking after Snowy Hydro here in the Eurobadella. Now, is it true that did you guys end up putting on the dress?
This is what happens in the bay stays in the bay, doesn't it, Kimmi?
Well, we're in the bay now, so you can share.
This can't go any further. This can't go back up the Clyde. But they did take the hat around, literally passed the hat around, and they said, look, if we get a big bunch of cash together, then Nick and I would have to model one of the dresses. So one of the dresses each, I should say. And yeah, I think it was $151 later. Yeah, I had a lovely peach number and a red hat.
Peach?
Yeah, and it was really topped off with
and a red hat
with my black footy socks on underneath. So yeah, Nick had a lovely summer dress that was.
And Nick's a really big guy, very tall.
He was showing a lot of leg, Kimmi. A lot of flesh.
Too much information, Chris. Too much information. But they really do. And over the weekend too of our radiothon, Nick is always on the phone bidding for items, so he's a great supporter. But we have got the big cheque, and it's a big cheque, and I'm very pleased to announce on that big cheque it says $42,094 for you guys at Snowy Hydro Southcare Rescue Helicopter. So it's my great pleasure to hand that cheque over to you and say, it's all yours, Chris.
Oh, $42,000.
It's a lot of money.
That's that's up there with the biggest, most generous results and most successful fundraising events we've ever had in the history of Snowy Hydro Southcare since 1998. And I think that says so much about the nature of the community up and down this part of the coast. $42,000, and that was well earned with every one of those auctions over the course of that weekend. So many people calling in, so many people being involved by donating items or bidding. I think that says an awful lot. And,
that's pretty cool.
Your average mission these days, it's $5,000 for a helicopter mission.
Yeah.
So we're talking about half a dozen families there directly through that event who's got a loved one in their lives as a result of people putting their hand in their pocket. So it's not just it's actual real lives that are being saved by this sort of work. So it means a lot to us.
We're pretty chuffed too, I have to say. 42 grand. We're extremely proud of that. But we've got plans in the workings now for our radiothon for 2016. So we're looking forward this year to doing as good as that. But whatever we get, it all helps and it's all great.
Yeah, absolutely. And this year we're talking from the Snowy Hydro Southcare perspective. We've got a couple of big equipment purchases coming up, so maybe we might be able to say, right, we've got a series of new flight helmets that we need that can increase the capability. That might be one that we can say, right, let's put some money towards directly sort of funding something tangible that people can say, yeah, we helped the guys with that, and that's something that will make their jobs better and stuff like that.
That's wonderful.
Can I just say thank you to you guys, Kimmi, and
you're welcome.
To everyone, Greg and Kim, and everyone at the station for everything that they did, and to everyone who put their hand in their pocket for over the course of the event. We really appreciate it, and it means a lot. So
I think you see that the fun that we have though on that weekend, like pretty much we just do whatever we want to do. There's no rules, no regulations. We just get on. We have a great time. And raising money for you guys is just a whole lot of fun. And it was really, really wonderful having you with us last year, and we look forward to it again this year, Chris.
It was good fun. You guys and John Watkin and all the guys there.
He loves it.
It's just a big, it's just a big party.
Yeah, and it's John's favourite time of the year. Like he does the countdown, I reckon, about 6 months out.
Yeah, no, it was great.
So it's great. Chris, thank you so much for coming in this morning. And there's your cheque, so enjoy.
I'll take that straight to the bank, that giant cheque. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Kimmi.
Chris Kimball, CEO of Snowy Hydro Southcare Rescue Helicopter, $42,094 to the chopper service. It's 9:23. Back to our flock of 80s now, thanks to Club Narooma and Club Dalmini to EC.